Hello, welcome back to my channel. Last video, I was opening my CRKT ritual, and I decided, you know what? I was thinking I was gonna get another inexpensive CRKT knife. I figured, why not? And so I have here my unboxing. And then, yeah, this is just regular CRKT stuff. Oh, this one has an envelope. This one didn't have an envelope, so it just flew out onto my floor, which thankfully is shag carpet. This one is an envelope. Or, not envelope, a fucking Ziploc. We have here, this is the CRKT Ibi liner lock. Oh, shoot. Did I accidentally lie about this one? Is this a liner lock? Lock, tight liner. Okay, it is a liner lock. I was worried that I was like, okay, this one I know is a liner lock. And then I was worried that I accidentally lied about this one being a liner lock. But they're both liner locks. Okay, so this is the Ibi liner lock, IBI, from CRKT. It has a karambit ring, and it is overall length 7.5, blade length 2.75, D2 steel, 2.8 ounces, so significantly lighter than this honker. And it has a tab flipper. That seems to be it. So let's give it a look. Oh, it's so small. It's so cute. This knife, so my go-to pocket knife is this Sencut Watauga. It's discontinued. So comparatively, this blade is much smaller. Again, this is coming from someone who does not collect pocket knives. But this is like very convenient. I like this in the sense that it looks like a gentlemanly knife. I feel like if someone saw me with this, if I took it out, I could have this honestly with a nice suit, and people wouldn't really be like, oh no, that's a psychopath who's trying to attack people. They'd be like, oh, this is a knife used for, this is a tool that is being respected and treated as a tool. This is, I don't know, you might be a scary motherfucker kind of knife. This one here is very compact. Let's see, how do I even... Okay, let me even try and do this liner lock. Oh, first, okay, let's give it a look. We have here very comfortable handles. What is this handle material, actually? It is G10 handles. Gotcha. It looks kind of like wood, but it's... Upon closer inspection, it is definitely G10. Like, in the naked eye, you can see some, like, grooves that make it... Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see that cross pattern. But it looks nice. I think this looks classy and clean. Some people might think this looks stupid. I don't know. Opinions are everyone's. To each their own. This is the Ibi TM Vox Naze design 7150. I do believe this is D2 steel, so I don't know what the 7150 is unless 7150 is a specification of D2 steel. There it is. Oh, what's that circle? The circle is just a circle. It has a counterclockwise circle. On this side, it just says CRKT. Alright, let's try and close this. Oh my god, that was really hard. Wait a second. Is this assisted? Ouch, what the fuck? Hold on, oh yeah, it has a pocket clip. 2 T6 probably, maybe T8 screws. T6 screws here. 2 more actually for the G10 scales. Pivot screw here, only on one side. And then, yeah, so 2 for the frame, and then the pivot screw, and then 2 for the pocket clip. Oh my god, this is like a surprisingly difficult knife to open and close. What the fuck? There's like a little bit of friction. Like, it sounds like there's something in there. Like, I don't know. This knife cost me... How much was it again? $26.99. So it's pretty cheap. But I trust this brand way more than I trust a gas station knife. As I like to call them, a random shopping mall knife. You know the ones. There's always that place that has bongs and random knives and random shit. And a lot of those knives, sometimes you might see a Balisong. those Balisongs are probably dangerous in the sense that they're probably actually really unsafe. At least CRKT is a brand that I have heard of and trust. As I unlock this lock here, there's like this really like grooved thing. It actually quite protrudes out. It's quite rough, and pushing against this is quite uncomfortable. And then I can get to here, and then I have to like there's like a snap here, and then another click here when this is the open position, and then you get to here, and then you have to push past here until it snaps again. With only a tab flipper that is very small, like 1.5 jimping lines on this thing. This is so small, and it is quite compact. Like, this is not a very large knife by any means. I would say this is a fairly average size one. The blade is maybe on the larger side. In the open position, it looks quite nice. In the closed position, you can see that the blade kind of sticks out a little bit here, so you can't really hold it comfortably in a compact position. And it's probably going to sit in a pocket or whatever, like so. This one here, it's quite thin, so you can actually take up much less space in your pocket. As you can see, it is very, very light. Let me weigh this one real quick. The Ibi is apparently 2.8 ounces. The Ibi on my scale, 2.75. So yeah, that's close enough. I have always been clear that my scale has probably some rounding. It's a cheap kitchen scale. And then this knife, 3.39 ounces. So, hello. Yeah, maybe this is like 3.39, 3.4. So like 0.6 ounces heavier. As you can see, it's larger. So I will say that for the convenience of compactness, and there are certainly knives that specialize in being compact, this is it's so funny. I feel like this blade is so much smaller than I think it will be. And then it's like, oh, like couldn't they make it longer? And then you're like, no, in the closed position, it's actually like right to the ring here. But then when you flick it out, it just seems like it's much smaller than it is. And because the closed position matches this, it kind of has like this sort of gentle S. I don't know. We'll see. I might use this to cut things. The Wharncliffe, because it matches the curvature of the the scales and the liner or whatever the fuck, the point goes away. So when I put down here, I did notice that like I did have to twist, not like twist, I have to angle my knife up higher to get the point down here. And I'm not actually going to pull. This is not safe to pull against, but here, I have to bend my wrist more than I was intended, the more than I initially thought I had to, because if it was like flat down, it would be like here, and then I just have to do a little bit more. And right now I'm like trying not to bump the microphone too. As far as knife cutting goes, I mean, I'm sure this is fine. Yeah, this cuts. Yep, that cuts. Yeah, I don't use a knife very often except for packages and mail. So how the knife will hold up in terms of like, using it for other things besides those, I'm sure someone can give a better description. You can probably extrapolate certain things from the steel. The blade spine is certainly thick enough that I don't feel worried about this like breaking. Despite it being small, I'm not scared that this is gonna snap in half. It is steel after all. This one even less so. But yeah, I do find that the Ibi CRKT Ibi liner lock here, it is inconvenient in a few ways. One is that the lock is just uncomfortable. It closes. Some people care a lot about like how durable a lock is. I'm not cutting anything so intensely that I need to worry about my knife failing. If a knife fails, then it's like a serious enough problem that enough people would slam it down. This is clearly reputable enough that I don't see how they could possibly let this go on the shelves if it wasn't. It's compact enough. The ring, if you don't like this ring, you can probably. Well, actually, I don't know. I think this is the spacer too. So if you remove the ring, you would need to get another spacer. I got this partially because it had the ring, partially because it was really inexpensive. I think it being in a pocket like this, the ring could catch. I'm wearing fucking pajama shorts, but like, that's not terrible. It doesn't stick out horribly so. It is easier to pull out if that's something, but that could be a con. It could catch on something maybe if it's in your butt pocket. Um, I don't know. Once you have it out here, you can't really open it up in this position. That's not the nice problem. Yeah, flicking it out is not nearly as easy as I thought it would be just because of this small tab. And then when I did flick it, it felt like the force that I did to pull it down just to get past like the open position was like so much more than I thought it was. And then it like opened slower than I expected, which was odd. Okay, now like when I'm doing it now, I'm not having any problem with any fluidity. It feels very compact, but it is also in its closed position, not that small. Small-ish, but certainly could be smaller without the ring, which, you know, when it's open, you know, if I want to be a carambit. It's so funny because normally carambits curve the other way. Normally carambits curve towards the camera instead of away from it. So, I don't know. That's just so funny. Do I regret buying this? No, I don't regret buying this. This is really inexpensive. Will I keep it? Probably. But if you are a practical knife person, I'm gonna be honest. While I do find, you know, this is very comfortable G10. You know, enough material to hold here. There are certainly knives that specialize in being compact. This cutting edge is smaller than I expected. Not that the pictures, you know, like I saw the pictures ahead of time. I was like, yeah, and I thought it was maybe angled. Like, no, it's pretty small. It's certainly a smaller knife. I do find the lock to be a little annoying. I find the opening mechanism to be a little annoying. Once I have it past the lock position, though, it does move. It does feel like there's like a little nice snap to it, I guess. But I don't know. It's okay. I'm sure someone out there loves this, but I think you could honestly still probably find in this price range a knife that if you wanted a compact knife, you could probably find a more compact knife. If you wanted a carambit, this is barely a carambit. Like, it's got a carambit ring. But like, I don't know. It's certainly, you know, if you wanted to be able to do this, you can do that. He's got a carambit ring. And I guess that's the biggest pro of it. If you wanted to be able to do carambit things, but like have a functioning knife that was also relatively inexpensive. Because let me just look on Blade HQ and sort carambit by price. If there is one that is as, you know, under $30. There's 45 to 46. There are actually a few. I will say that no, the XOKs are much more expensive. Some of these are not folders. Let me sort by. This is already by popular. Let's see. No, that's rubber. Oof. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there is a fixed carambit for $25 by Schrade. There is a fold. Nope, that's like $280. I'm trying to see if any of them are folders that are close to this price. Oh, here's one. Schrade also has a folding carambit for $25. It's 4 stars with 5 reviews. So who knows? Is it worth it? It's up to you. So there are definitely other carambits in this price range. That's actually cheaper, the Schrade one. Also is G10. Yeah, like you can search it on Blade HQ. I just looked up carambit. As a folding knife, it's compact. If you wanted a compact one, that was able to hold your whole hand on it. You could probably find a more compact knife, maybe with a more cutting edge. If you want a lightweight one, like I feel like this knife is fine. It's okay. It's okay. As a fidget, it's not very comfortable because of this. Both the lock and the tab, they're just not very comfortable. It's too small. The tab is too small. The lock is just, I don't know, a little annoyingly coarse. Ouch. Did I cut myself? I don't think I did. But yeah, it works. And it cost me under $30, I think. Was it under 30? Right? Yeah, under 30. $27. So this has been the CRKT Ibi liner lock. My unprofessional view as a non-folding knife expert, a non, it's fine. It's inexpensive. Yeah, it's fine. I'll probably still use my Sencut. This one was about $50. It's not a liner lock, it is a button lock, but hey, this is my go-to cutting knife for I need to cut a thing. So, anyways, if you are here from non-Balisong world, this is a primarily Balisong channel. I cover Balisongs. I talk about flipping. I talk about Balisongs because I am a flipper more than a knife person. If you are a Balisong person and you liked this side content, let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comments. I guess you could thumbs down. I won't judge you, but I will be maybe a little sad. No, I probably wouldn't be. I'd be like, no, that's fair. My name is Chelwong Balisong on YouTube. I'm Chelwong Audio everywhere else because my day job is I write music for video games. So if you don't like this, this folding knife shit, don't worry. This is the last of it. I should be. If my future self looks back on this video and says, "You dumb idiot," joke's on me. I'm Boob the Fool. But yeah, this is a Balisong channel. Don't worry, your regularly scheduled Balisong content will be back. I do have some very exciting Balisongs coming. One temp trade and 2 that I bought. I am irresponsible. I am literally going to be making no money this month because my next job is starting in September, and the job I had previously, I'm currently on hold until October. So if you like this content, support it through the coffee in the description. It's like, hey, you could just send me like $5 or $3 even, and it a little bit goes a long way because, again, I don't have any income for this entire month, and I'm stupid, and so I am living just on my savings. But I saw some things, and I was like, but I really want it though, and I have no impulse control. So yeah, if you like this, throw a couple bucks my way. It helps. Thank you. I don't get paid to do this. I don't have ads. I'm not sponsored. I technically am sponsored by Blocks, but Blocks is quitting, so there's that. That's not the knife. YouTube is gonna be like, hey, you want to talk about this knife? I'm like, no, this is the knife. So yeah. Thanks. Subscribe. Click the bell. Tell your mom I say hi. How's she doing? Is she enjoying the Olympics?